Hey everyone, it's Angela with Mystic Moon, bringing you guys a reading today on emotionally unavailable people. So what inspired me to do this reading is that a good friend of mine, her name is the Woo Woo Healer, she decided to do a YouTube video on this very subject. So the name of her video is How to Spot and Stop Chasing Emotionally Unavailable Men. So I will go ahead and link her video down below so you guys can go ahead and get some additional information on why we may do this as feminines. And since the majority of my viewers are feminines, I felt that this would be a very helpful subject to cover. So whereas I'm doing cards, Natalie is going more into, the different steps and just different things that we can do in order to heal or just kind of understand why we do what we do. So anyways, you guys, these messages are about you, the viewer. We're also going to, of course, be tapping into the energies of this situation. So just take what resonates for you, get rid of anything that does not, and everything will be listed down below that I'm using as far as the decks go. So what is the energy of this emotionally unavailable either situation or person? So this deck is called What Went Wrong. So these are just different elements here. Maybe not every single card will resonate, so just take what does and leave the rest. No effort to go out and do anything. This is a huge thing. I've seen this in either relationships before where people maybe just want to kind of stay at home and do nothing. People can be home buddies. That's okay. Mr. Moon and I are actually kind of home buddies, but we're on the same page with that. When you have someone who, you want to go out, you want to do things, that says a lot about that person. So we're not making excuses here because we're not really co-signing people's bullshit. We're not giving in to the excuses here because at the end of the day, people that really want to change and they want to make something work will find the effort. Okay. There hasn't been anything in life that I've really wanted that I haven't made an effort towards. Things that I just don't really care about or it's not that important to me, I just let it go. That's just the way it goes. That's just a human response. So we definitely don't want to make excuses for this person, but there could be something going on with them. Maybe they're depressed. Maybe they just have a lack of motivation. So they're emotionally unavailable for themselves, which of course in turn means that they're going to be emotionally unavailable for you. This person could also be kind of like an avoidant personality. They could be a recluse, somebody who just kind of doesn't want to go out, but this could also be somebody that's hiding you as well because they're not available. They're not able to have a public relationship with you. That's for some, not everybody. Blowing up the phone 24/7. It could also be too that maybe this person just kind of withdraws from you and it causes you to just reach out because they're not making communication with you. They could also blow up your phone 24/7, but I'm getting more of the other way. I'm also getting too that whenever you're with this person, you guys aren't going out because this person actually isn't available and they're hiding their phone from you because they actually have messages coming through from somebody that they're hiding from you. So yeah, there's like these signs here. So if you guys have been dealing with somebody where it's always weird that they don't have their phone on or their phone's always on silent or you're not really going out or they're not introducing you to your family and friends. Not only is this person just maybe not emotionally available or just available, they're just not available, period, because they have someone else. That's for someone. So because some of you guys could be dating someone or this reading is about someone who has another relationship. And maybe some of you guys do know about it and maybe some of you don't. So I get third party energy here. Seeing something for yourself / themselves. So do you see this third party? That's it. I'm also getting another scenario here. You're sitting at home, you're on your phone, you're looking at your social media, you're seeing them with someone else. So they're showing up for someone else, but they're not showing up for you. They're saying they don't want a commitment or they're really depressed or something's going on, but then you're seeing online that they have that time and effort that they're making with somebody else. That's a lot of bullshit right there. So that's what I was talking about. You're just co-signing someone else's bullshit at this time, or you did before. And maybe you had to figure it out for yourself or see something for yourself to kind of like really help you click it into place that this person isn't necessarily emotionally available or emotionally unavailable. It's just that they're just not available for you because they're choosing to partner up with someone else, or they're just choosing to kind of keep their options open. So it's just a lot of excuses that I'm seeing here. That's for some. So now we're going to go into motives. This is the motives deck by Fire Witch Tarot. What else do we have going on here? Just take little bits of the scenario that could resonate, and some of it might not. Desperate. Yeah. And it's almost like there is this, it ignites this feeling in you where you're just like, oh, when someone's gaslighting you or telling you that what you saw, I mean, you can see this, seeing something for yourself or themselves. You walk in, you see something online. Yet this person is telling you, gaslighting you, telling you, oh, it's not what you think. So this actually causes you to perhaps just be more on edge, to feel crazy, to almost feel desperate, blowing up this person's phone out of desperation because they're withholding something. So I just see the story. I see someone sitting at home, which might be you. I see you seeing them online, or you're wondering where they're at, and you want to know where they're at while you're blowing up their phone. They're with somebody else. So is this person as broken as you think they are? Well, yeah, in a way, they're freaking broken, because if they weren't, they wouldn't be acting this way. Or is it just the fact that they're just a player? That's what I'm seeing here. Are they just a freaking player? Are they just trying to get away with something? They might tell you things like, I'm just not ready for a commitment, or I just have a lot going on. Bullshit. That's what I'm getting here. It's just you're calling it out. And maybe you have to see something for yourself online to really click it into place that the excuses that this person has given you is all bullshit. Yeah. I'm not trying to laugh because it's funny. It's like a ridiculous energy. It's ridiculous when people do this. They would rather gaslight you and go to extremes to make you see things differently, to take the focus off of what they're really doing. So this person's a real piece of work. Is what I'm getting with that. Real piece of work. Yeah, protect yourself from this person. Don't sleep with this person. I just have to tell you guys that right now. I have to tell you this right now. You may want to protect yourself. You may not want to actually physically be with this person because, especially if this is going on here, you've seen it. You've seen it, you know it, you've heard it. Maybe a friend has told you something. So why on earth, if there's another energy present here, would you want to open yourself up or expose your body to anything that may be dangerous? So I'm seeing that you need to protect yourself from this person. This person could be a snake. Ooh, cruel intentions, not good. Yeah. So at the end of the day, you guys, I feel like this person's intentions are just not the best. They're really not. So are they emotionally unavailable? Yeah, to a degree. But are they just an asshole at the end of the day? Yes. That's really what it is. They're just an asshole. So that's the problem. The problem right there is that you may have to really get it thrown in your face, or someone tells you something, or you have to see something on social media for yourself to get it clicked into your brain that this person just is not a good person for you. We can sit there and examine their traumas. We can buy into all their excuses. We can make all the excuses for them in the world. We can feel sorry for them, all this crap. Or we can just see it for what it is, which is this person is just choosing to not show up for us because they have their energy scattered somewhere else. Or maybe they're just too broken, or they want to keep their options open and they just don't want to fully commit to you. And so again, we can waste our time making excuses, or we can wake up and smell the frickin' coffee. So that's what we're seeing here with this emotionally unavailable person. Are they really? Kinda, but they're kind of just a jerk. Yep. And I'm just being nice when I say that. So now what we're going to do is see, what are you supposed to learn from the situation? Okay, because at the end of the day, just focusing on all that negative, it's just like, ooh, that's heavy. It's like, great, thanks. Thanks for raking me over the coals. That didn't feel good. Ouch. Well, let's see why. Why did this happen to you? Why did this happen to you? What are you supposed to learn from the situation? This is called Colors of Love Oracle. What are you supposed to learn from this situation? This emotionally unavailable person, or this just lying, cheating person. What are you supposed to learn from all of this? Oh, we have unrequited love, you guys. Okie dokie. It says you may be currently attracted to someone. It's a one-sided love affair. Your lover may not be as attracted to you as you are to him or her. So it's huge. You may really love this person and desire to want to be with them, but they don't feel the same. Because remember, anything that you want, you're going to make effort to be with that person. People are motivated by what they want. So if they're not doing it, it's because they don't want it. So all the excuses in the world, don't change it. What you want, you go after. You want to talk to somebody, you do. If you want to commit, you will. If you want to leave your wife, you will. Or your husband or whatever, you'll do it. If you don't, that's because you're not doing it because you don't really want to. So we have to get to that point where we're starting to look at things very logically and practically and not wasting our time making excuses for people that are just not available. That's it. So this is the Abstract Oracle deck by Kayla Reed Creations. What else are we supposed to learn? Reap the benefits, pay off fruits of labor. So this is the deal. It makes total sense to me that just showed up, okay? Because what this is saying here, you guys, is that we're going to reap the benefits of things that we put effort into. So if we're not putting effort into something, it's not going to pay off. And I'm just getting here, your person is not putting effort into this situation. So there is no payoff here. It's an empty victory. There's no payoff. And also, too, with this instrument, this is about cutting away. This is about cutting away something, cutting something out of your life. So this unrequited love, it's one of the most painful things that you'll experience is being more into somebody than they are into you. It's very, very hard. I've gone through it myself. It was a wound that I carried for so freaking long. And I just recently cleared this not too long ago. You know, and I built all kinds of stories to help me cope. You know, I did to help me cope. But at the end of the day, it really wasn't the truth for me. Okay. It really wasn't the truth for me. There was no fruit at the end of it. The only fruit really was just myself, was my own worth and value at the end of the day. That's what I got from the situation. But I never got anything from this person. They may have helped to teach me this lesson by, just being who they were. But I had to cut this out of my life. I had to cut it out. And I did originally, but I was still attached to it emotionally. But yeah, once I finally cut it out, it's just like now I can finally feel just and see so many things that are just blessings and so many things that are of value, including myself. But sometimes we really can't see things until we cut away from something that in a way is like siphoning our energy. So this is called the Shadows and Secrets cards by Celestial, forecast by Carrie. Let's see what else. We have hearing impaired. Yeah, so to me, this is like we're refusing to hear something. So some of you guys, you may have refused to hear, and I'm going to bring myself in because the very, very beginning of my connection with this person that I'm talking about, I was told I'm bad at commitment. I did not want to hear that. I thought I was the exception. And I'm not saying like it's okay with everything that had gone down because it wasn't. There were certain things like, this didn't have to be a perpetuated situation. It could have just been honest, could have just cut it off way earlier. You know what I mean? Which they didn't, but whatever. The point is, sometimes we don't want to hear it. We've heard it from a friend. We've heard it from a family member. We've heard it from people that are close to us that can see things. They can see things that we're not willing to see. Somebody may have actually told you, you know what? This is probably one-sided. Like you're hearing this right now. You may not want to hear this. you may not want to hear this right now. Okay, because you're still hoping and praying that somehow there will be a payoff. If I just continue to send love and light to this person, if I continue to love this person unconditionally, if I continue to just improve myself, this person will come back. I will get the benefits of this connection. I don't know how many people out there, because I can't speak for them, have probably wasted their time and their efforts on that belief. The only payout is going to be your own. It's not going to come from someone else. And it may be a beautiful thing if some of you, this person could change, maybe come back, whatever. I'm not saying that doesn't exist, but for most, that does not happen. It's wasted efforts here. If someone is treating you this poorly, then at the end of the day, why on earth would you want to be with them? Why on earth would you want to continue to subject yourself to somebody like this? This person might just be rotten to the core. They may just be toxic, period, and you got to cut them out. So with this instrument here, this is always a cutting away. We got to cut something out of our lives. We got to cut ourselves from this unrequited love, this one-sided love affair where the other person is not going to be able to give you what you're looking for. We got to cut it out. We may not want to hear it, but we have to. We have to be willing to hear it, because if you don't, you're going to waste precious years and years of your life on this situation with this unavailable person. Whatever their reason is for being unavailable, I don't give a shit. They're unavailable. And you need to hear it. And maybe you've just clicked off the reading, and maybe you've just unsubscribed to my channel. But at the end of the day, I'm incapable of not being able to keep it real. I just have to. I see so many people suffering in the collective. I hear stories all the time. There's just a lot of suffering still. Even though I've cut away from doing readings that are, glorifying connections and this and that, which is beautiful, for some, just for me, it was just no longer something that I was seeing anymore in the collective. There may be a group of people and they've ascended to another planet, and I've been left behind because I'm low vibration or something like that. That's totally fine if people want to judge me like that. Or I'm just grounded here in reality of the planet. I'm focused in this life. I'm focused, yes, on being the best version of myself while I'm here, but I'm also focused on the reality of this planet and me swimming around in the dream world and the astral plane and 5D and all that other stuff and connecting with souls there. That's all fine and dandy. But at the end of the day, you still have to focus and live and survive in this reality. So that's kind of what we've got going on here. This is a reality situation. It's a cold, harsh reality, and it's a reality that we may not want to face, but we have to. So I'm assuming that if you're still watching this reading, you are dealing with someone that has we've allowed to suck the life out of us, that we've given all of our power and our energy to, and we're just tired of it. We're sick. We're tired. We're unhappy. We want to be happy. We want to feel better. And that's what this reading is really about. So now what we're going to do is we're going to kind of shift gears, and we're going to see, now that we know why we had to go through this. We had to go through this in order to stop giving our energy and our time to people that just really don't deserve it. We can love and light all day long, but it doesn't change the facts that somebody's treating you like shit. And it's not okay. It's not okay. We're not doing a spiritual bypass here. It's not okay that this person's treating you like shit. Okay? So that's the point here. So we got to cut away from magical thinking or giving this person a pass because we were told they're this or they're that. If they're treating you like shit and you are just in a toxic cesspool that you can't get out of, you need to cut away from this. Cut away from the belief, cut away from the label, cut away from whatever is keeping you stuck. Cut away from it. Because all it's doing is it's dragging you down, and it's actually keeping you from your fruits in this lifetime. That's it. You're not reaping the benefits. So now let's see what is coming in. All right, what's coming in next for us? So we're cutting away from this. Because we're cutting away, what's coming in? What's coming in when we choose ourselves? What's coming in when we empower ourselves? What's coming in when we say no to bullshit? What's coming in? smooth sailing. You meet a new love who's easy, oh my God, to get to know. He or she may not offer an intense love affair, but one that is safe, steady, and dependable. This is amazing because what I'm going to tell you this right now. People that you meet where it's just like, oh my God, it's a whirlwind. You feel magical. You feel like you can't breathe, all that other stuff. That might be like a once in a lifetime feeling. There's a lot of magic around that. And I'm not saying that every single person that's experienced this has also experienced the extreme opposite in that same connection where you feel the lowest, you go through the dark night of the soul, you lose yourself, all that other stuff. That's not everybody's story. But when you have those extreme highs and those extreme lows, a lot of that energy is trauma. It just is. It's trauma. And I'm not going to go too deeply into that. If you guys want to look up what a trauma bond is or what a narcissistic empath type of dynamic is, there's that extreme high and that extreme low. Somebody who is just freaking love bombing you, promising you the world, and then they can't deliver. And then all of a sudden there's that major drop off of the energy. This is a completely different type of love. And it might be something that some of you guys don't find very attractive. You're used to getting swept off your feet. You're addicted to that feeling of intense energy. But is that intense energy, is it real? Is it really healthy? Is it real love? Right? Can it really survive the long haul? Probably not. So the next person or someone in your future, they may not give you that same intense vibe, that same crazy, whoa, whirlwind. But they're going to be safe, steady, and dependable. A lover, a relationship that you can depend on. I was addicted for so long. So I am speaking from personal experience, you guys, and you can take it or leave it. I'm not here to argue with anybody. I'm not saying my way is the only way. This is just food for thought perspective for people that might be suffering, right? It's not really a judgment. I mean, it sort of is because we do have to kind of shake ourselves sometime and say, wake up. These fantasies are great and beautiful in these dreams, but at the end of the day, is it killing your soul? Or is it uplifting? What is it doing? When it starts to no longer bring a positive vibe to your life and it's just toxic and you're just sad all the time and you're going backwards, enough is enough. We're drowning. We need to save ourselves. And if that means we've got to give up the hope, give up the dream, give up the fantasy, then that's what we need to do. We need to kind of put our feet back on the ground. But I was very attracted and very addicted. And I just talked about this when Mr. Moon and I did our little, our talk that we just posted. I think it was like last weekend. And I talked about how I just wasn't ready for a person like that. He was offering me stability. He was very safe, very stable. I didn't want it. Turned me off. Why? Because I had toxic patterns. That's why. I didn't know what real healthy love was. And I'm not saying like I'm all healed today, because I'm not. But it took me a long time to be attracted to someone like Mr. Moon that was offering me a very safe, steady, and dependable connection. As a matter of fact, I was still addicted, even since him and I had been together, to old traumas, old wounds, old patterns where I was like, oh, maybe something's missing because it doesn't feel like this. Actually, no, it was just trauma. Unresolved and unhealed trauma within me that was still kind of wreaking havoc in my life. And it took me a long time to heal it, but it's finally in its final stages. I'm processing it. I love that. Guess what, you guys? The stars are aligned and you and this person are going to come together. So there's going to be a favorable time when you're feeling like you're either ready or maybe you've worked on your stuff, that the stars will align and you and this person will meet. You may come together and you're just going to feel good. It may not be that intense, crazy energy, but you're going to feel good. You're going to feel solid and you're going to trust it. And it's going to be a totally different person than the one that you've attracted that you're watching this reading about. Totally different energy. All right, so this is my Arrows of Love Tarot. Let's see what's going on with this new person. Oh my God. Hello, Nine of Cups. Fulfillment. Wish fulfillment. You know, it's not the same kind of like, oh my gosh, it's a dream come true. You know, this person checks all my boxes, because, you know, even though it might feel that way, it's not getting caught up in that whirlwind. It's more of a solid energy. Like, this feels right to me. This just feels right. You're going to feel really good in this person's presence. It's just going to be smooth sailing. And that's when you're going to know that it's right for you, you guys. So there is hope for you. You know, the person that has created all this stuff, or that you've gone through this stuff with, it's not forever. You will not suffer forever, you guys. You guys will be able to just move in a different direction. You guys will meet somebody that is right just for you. Okay? So let's go ahead and get some final messages from Spirit here. And I'm also getting here for some of you, if you're moving, like actually moving or switching jobs, this is going to be a favorable outcome. You will be able to meet that person because you're moving residences or you're moving jobs. And this opens up a whole new playing field for you and this individual to meet. So there's some kind of change that might be taking place for some of you guys. A move is going to be a blessing. Yep. Oh my gosh, you want to talk about the angel of love, Archangel Chamuel. That's it. Unconditional love. So some of us, and how does this come about? Through healing our hearts. It says heart healing and self-love. That's unconditional love. When we can unconditionally love ourselves, we can unconditionally love others. I think a lot of people feel like they know what unconditional love is, but they don't. They want a certain outcome with somebody. So until they get it, or if they don't get it, or it's not happening, then it's very difficult to love someone unconditionally if they're treating you a certain way or they're acting a certain way and they're causing you a lot of pain. It's hard to unconditionally love somebody like that. And some of you guys may have already learned that art and you've healed enough in your own self to just be okay with the outcome. But I feel that through the changes that you make, which is that number 5, to heal and to love yourself, this is actually leading you to this particular person, this particular situation. But 9 of Cups, you guys, I just have to tell you, it's not necessarily a partnership card for me, even though I do feel like there is a partnership for some of you. Some of you are just going to be totally happy to be in love with yourself for the first time in your life. You're going to have this relationship with yourself. You're going to be checking all your own boxes for a change. You're not going to be looking to someone else to check your boxes. You're checking your boxes. You're fulfilling yourself. All of your 9 cups are flowing over. You feel good on your own. You don't even need another person. And that's probably when you get to that stage when you're actually going to meet someone. Yeah. All right, let's see what else. See this energy. We have the 8 of Fire. Yeah, 8 of Wands. Speed, activity, multitasking. I kind of feel like some of you guys, this is going to be happening sooner than you think. It's going to be happening sooner than expected, right? It might be that once you just busy yourself and you just kind of participate in life and you just travel, maybe do some things, have fun, it may be rather quickly that you meet up with this person, that the stars align. It's beautiful. Yeah, 2 of Fire. It's 2 people being on the same page. It's a real partnership where 2 people are making a plan and they're on the same page, and it's a compatible energy. So there's a compatible partnership that's on the horizon for you guys. Yeah, and on the bottom of the deck, what I'm getting? Judgment. So after you reflect, you self-evaluate, you cut that thing out of your life, which is this unrequited love. You get into this rebirth energy and you start a new cycle. You open up a new door, the world. And what's funny is that I just posted a reading on TikTok and Instagram today. It's a very short video. It's just like 1 minute long. And it was all about lip service, somebody basically speaking lies, and how we just have to close out this cycle. That reading could be connected to this person that I'm channeling today for you guys. So I hope that you guys got something just positive or empowering through the messages that came through. Nothing is to make anybody feel dumb. Nothing is to condemn anyone for anything that you've been thinking or feeling. Not at all. But it's just like some of these things just need to be said. And not a lot of people are spending time in this collective saying these things, because when you say these things, you're not a favorite. You're not a fan favorite. You're not a person that people want to come to for a reading, because a lot of people want to stay stuck in the clouds. A lot of people just want to kind of hope and pray that it'll be okay. And that's fine for some people that may be the case. But I feel like for a lot of us, if you've been chasing somebody who is unavailable to you or keeps making excuses, and it's just like, you've gone through the ringer in this connection, how can that be for you? How can that be a good thing? It's not. It's never a good thing. It's never a good thing. When someone's giving you a runaround, or somebody's seeing somebody else, or there's some third-party crap, there is nothing divine about that at all. There's nothing positive about that at all. It's just a bunch of enabling and toxic patterns that need to be cleared, right? So anyways, you guys, that's what I have for you today. Hope it helps somebody out there. You guys take care. Bye-bye.